All right, let's take a look at the trades today, guys. First trade, 908 on crude. Now, of course, 908, we're just before the U.S. Open. We come up. We break above the high of day here, guys, above the high of day. Mark of our swing high. We break above that swing high, and there's your breaker pattern long. 25 was the fill. 2 off at 4, 1 off at 8, 1 off at 1. 4 contracts total. That's 17 ticks times $10 tick. That's 170 USD. So a very easy pattern through the high of day. A breaker pattern that goes with the short-term trend. We put 17 ticks. Now that was the smallest winner we took all day. Next up, still on crude, we took 2 back-to-back winners on crude. This is another breaker pattern long, except this time, notice we're on a much slower time frame. Now this one was called, big hats off to Spike today. Spike, you called this one live in the room this morning, so of course we should be tipping our trade caller there. Good job. But of course, Spike called this trade for us here in the room today live. She said, hey, we should be looking for this thing along the 13 range. This is a 13 range chart. Okay, so a much slower time frame now. We're going to come up. We test the overhead level of resistance here, right? 75, 75. We make our swing high. We break above that swing high. Guys, it's the same pattern on a 13 range as it is on a 30-minute chart, as an 89 tick chart. Guys, it's the same pattern. Okay, it's just a little bit different trade management. Now on the 13 range, I'm going to take targets at 8, 16, and a runner, and I'll use a 12 tick stop. Okay, so a little bit wider stop, but much wider targets. So we're going to use, of course, the same low risk-reward ratio. Remember, when you place your targets and your stops, make sure you keep that risk-reward ratio intact. And if you want more information on that, guys, just email me, right, or come into the room tomorrow and ask the questions, and I'll be sure to answer them for you. So at 10 o'clock here on the crude breaker pattern long, 75.83. We took 2 off at 8, 1 off at 16, and 1 off at plus 10. That totals 42 ticks or 420 USD. And again, this is on a much slower time frame, and you can see we made a bunch more money. You're going to make a lot more money on fewer trades. Okay, so you'll make the same amount of money, a little bit wider stop, right? 6 to a 12 tick stop, but you're going to double your targets. Okay, so 13 range there, guys, on the crude for our second winner on crude. Let's keep moving. Next up, we now go to the euro. Now again, this is on a much slower time frame. This is now on an 8 range chart. Okay, here's an 8 range. Now guys, again, if you want more information about the different chart types we use, go to the blog right now. And on the blog, I want you to search for the term chart types. Okay, chart types. Okay, it's in the search button on the blog. That will take you right to a video we did. We'll show you guys all about the different chart types we use. Now this was an easy pattern, guys. We come up, right? We had just taken the breaker long here, right? That was the breaker here. I'm sorry, wrong market. There's a breaker there, right? So the breaker gets us going to the upside. We come up, we test the high of day. We bounce off the high, right? We don't get the high breaking off too often here. Bounce off the high, back to the downside for reversal, 2-step pattern short. 12s was the fill. We had to make sure we got in early because we had that trigger line in our way. Remember, guys, the most important thing about a 2-step pattern is not the slope of the trigger line. It's where is that trigger line in relation to my trade. Okay, so trigger line here was at 21.10. Okay, so we wanted to make sure we get in this thing as early as possible that we could break below it and take our profit. All right, guys, bouncing off the high of day. That's a reversal pattern off the highs, 2-step pattern short, 12 the fill. We took 2 off at 4, 1 off at 8, 1 off at 6. That totals 22 ticks, guys. Now remember, this is the euro. This is wrong. Okay, this is actually $275 because it's $12.50 per tick. Okay, so the euro a little bit more expensive than the crude and the gold. As you can see, though, we made some pretty good money here, though. $275 on 22 ticks. So another big winner here, guys. Another easy pattern on a slower time frame, bouncing off the highs. We got 2 more here, guys, following up on gold, and then we'll finish up on crude. Here on gold, this is a 4-range chart. So this is a scalper's chart, right? 4-range. So this is for my scalpers out there. And, of course, we saw the 4-range come up. We bounced off the low of day here. We went back up, right? Tried to break out above the 21 even here on gold. As you guys know, I don't need the high of day to go 2-step short. I can always take a 2-step off any overhead resistance. So we have resistance right here, of course, at 21 even. We bounce off that resistance. I use my swing low right here to break below the swing low. There's your 2-step pattern short. Big sellers in the tape. Momentum pointing down, right? Follow me down here. Momentum pointing down. Picture perfect trade pattern, guys. Our biggest winner on gold all week. We took 33 ticks, 2 off at 8, 1 off at 16, right? 1 off there. We've got our plus 33 or 330 USD on the gold. And then last but not least, guys, after 11 o'clock, went back to crude. Got our biggest trade of the day here, guys, on crude was our last trade of the day. And, of course, once again, a two-step pattern to the short side. Remember, we talked about that earlier, right? The dollar had support, so expect the shorts to be powerful on crude today. Short-term trend is up. We bounce off the high of day. As you guys know, we're going to use that swing low here, guys, off the high of day. There's my swing low. I break below my trigger line there. Timber, right? Look out below on crude here. Two-step short, 75.90 was the fill. We took this thing all the way down. We took trade here at +8, 2 off at 8, 1 off at 13, 1 off at 16. That's 45 ticks or 450 USD. And guys, total them all up here. We took a couple two-steps, took a couple breaker patterns. Boy, the correlation between the dollar and the euro, the dollar and the gold, the dollar and the crude all worked out wonderfully today. Looking for those shorts because we knew exactly what to look for. 159 ticks, guys, over 1,600 USD on a very easy day here in Live Trade Room, guys. Anybody can trade along with us, guys. This was very easy today. And, of course, I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow in the room. Let's prep for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, June 11th, finally Friday. We got 8:30 retail sales, 9:55 consumer sentiment, and 10 o'clock business inventories. What this means is, guys, we expect Fridays to be an early close. So I'm going to look hard at 8:30 to 9:15 because after 9:15 we got 9:55, then 10 o'clock. So between 8:30 and 9:15, I will be looking for patterns tomorrow. And then we'll take a small break, of course, until 10:05, and then we'll have from 10:05 to about 11 o'clock. So we have two basic windows of time tomorrow, guys, before and after the U.S. Open. Make sure you guys are here for that, and we'll have another great day with you guys. We're going to open up tomorrow at 7:45, guys. If you're not here when we open up the room, you're really missing out a lot, guys. We do our morning routine, our tech prep, our mental prep. We review our fast time frames, our slow time frames. We answer a ton of questions, guys, at 7:45 a.m. Be there. If you're not, you're missing out. Now, I want to remind you guys, Tuesday and Thursday next week, we do webinars. The beginner's course has our routine, our patterns, our rules, pretty much everything you need to know to trade along with us in the trade room, guys, as a trial guest is covered in the beginner's course. And then we take that firm foundation of knowledge and we build the advanced course on top of it. The advanced course will show you guys how to make money with these patterns, some more advanced strategies that you can put to use in our live trainings, in our live trade room. So check out more information on the advanced course. Drop us an email, send us a Skype, or call us toll free. All right, guys, another great day. Boy, finishing up a great week tomorrow. Don't miss tomorrow, guys. We've had a huge month so far. We'll keep it going tomorrow. My name is Joseph James. Thanks for your time today. We'll see you guys then. Bye-bye for now.